And that's just the honest truth. And as much as people just don't want to accept it, it's the damn truth. Coming to the New York Knicks is the only chance Chris Paul has for the future to win an NBA championship, because him and Carmelo Anthony alone would be competing with LeBron James. What's going on, guys? It's Steve. I have further proof that my man Chris Paul is coming to the New York Knicks. What the hell happened to Blake Griffin? Blake Griffin just went down with a terrible injury, as it's actually been around for a while. But everyone's questioning, especially the Bleacher Report, who just came out with an article titled "Where do Los Angeles Clippers go from here after the latest Blake Griffin injury?" Yet again, I think this is the third straight year he's had an injury that'll take him out for almost a month or longer, because he's gonna have knee surgery, and I think he's gonna be out for 3 to 6 weeks, which is a really, really long time. So, just like I said and predicted, Chris Paul is definitely leaving the Los Angeles Clippers. There's no way in hell he is going to sit there and stay there with that team when Blake Griffin can't even stay healthy. DeAndre Jordan, his athleticism is going to go away soon. I think he's like 25 or something like that. His athleticism is going to decline very, very soon within the next few years. He's actually 28 years old. So his athleticism is going to decline soon, which means his defense is going to decrease. His dunking ability is going to increase. Just his ability to play in general, because he relies on athleticism, whereas a player like DeMarcus Cousins has skill. I'm not saying DeAndre doesn't have skill, but not to the level of like someone that knows how to shoot a basketball. So there's no way he's gonna stay in with the Los Angeles Clippers. Their bench, is limited, with Jamal Crawford is getting up there with age. Paul Pierce is already up there in age. He's pretty much retired already. So all of these things combined, it's truly, truly evident that Chris Paul is leaving, because this team has no future ahead of them. They simply just have no future. If you think about it, Paul Pierce is done. Blake Griffin, injury prone. We don't know how long he's going to last before he goes down with another injury. And what if they go deep in the playoffs this year and they go down with another injury? So if you look at things like that, they don't have a bright future at all. Things are going to decline. Their gap, their window, it's over. They lost their opportunity when Blake was young and CP3 was younger, because guys, Chris Paul is getting up there in age. I think he's like 31 now. Chris Paul is getting up there in age. He's actually 30. Yeah, he's 31. Oh, his birthday's 8 days away from mine. But anyway, so there's a whole bunch of things that go into why I think he's not leaving. So that's the real reason why I think why I think he is leaving, not leaving, why he is leaving. So when you hear me messing around saying like, oh, the thing, like funny things, I'm just trying to be entertaining. But those are the real reasons why I think he's leaving. And then on top of that, people want to say like, oh, if he leaves, he ain't going to the New York Knicks, he's going to the San Antonio Spurs. Why would he go to the San Antonio Spurs? San Antonio is not where any ball dominant player can play. You want to know why? Because they pass the basketball. Yes, he can bring it up, but then what? It's going to go to someone else, then someone else, and someone else. He's going to continue to pass the basketball, And that's just not going to work for someone to the likes of Chris Paul. He's a ball-dominant player, and he needs the basketball in his hands at all times. So that's not going to work out. I'm sorry, but it's true. The only real opportunity where he stands a chance to compete for an NBA championship, is to come to the New York Knicks. And that's just the honest truth. And as much as people just don't want to accept it, it's the damn truth. Coming to the New York Knicks is the only chance Chris Paul has for the future to win an NBA championship, because him and Carmelo Anthony alone would be competing with LeBron James, first of all. Second of all, add Kristaps Porzingis to that. Add Courtney Lee. Add Justin Holiday. Their defense in the backcourt is going to be elite. Now let's talk about frontcourt defense. Porzingis, he's getting better. He's still not the greatest defensive big man, but he's getting better. Joakim Noah's still there for defense. He's kind of, a waste of money, but come on, And then you have all of these other great defensive players in Kyle O'Quinn, Lance Thomas, who can come off the bench and help Melo when Melo's off the bench. You have Justin Holiday. So you have Ron Baker. Chris Paul is possibly the best defensive point guard ever. He has the most I think actually second behind Gary Payton for any guard in NBA history, more than Magic Johnson. That says a lot, because guys, let's be real. Magic Johnson is the top tier of the top tier point guards. And if Chris Paul wants to win, he needs to call Carmelo like, yo, set me up with a meeting with Phil Jackson, because I'm coming. And I'm sorry, but that's the way it has to be because this is absolutely ridiculous already. Another injury for Blake Griffin. The Clippers just have no future. I'm sorry, they don't. Besides this year, their future, they probably have 2 years left, 2 to 3 years left before all their role players start declining because it's an old team. They're an older team. And he needs to come to the Eastern Conference and team up with Melo because they'd easily make the Eastern Conference Finals. I think Melo's gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals now, but with Chris Paul, it would be extremely hard, for LeBron to beat them, or at least they'll force a game 7 at least, against LeBron and the Cavs, and it's gonna be crazy. So that's why I think Chris Paul is coming to the New York Knicks. I highly doubt he's going to. That ain't gonna happen, man. Anyway, guys, I'm out of here. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. It's been Steve. Peace.